receiving from the various leaders across the country. And I'm now joined by Jonathan Jackson, who is the chairman for Lordship Africa, to also just look at how is this impacting on the investment climate in the country. Welcome to our show, Mr. Jonathan.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me to the show again. Appreciate it. So the market, as you know, is very tough for a lot of people. The economy is up and down. And then often when the economy is like that, investors tend to go to safe havens, and they go to government bonds, and they also go to real estate. And it's actually quite interesting, even in Europe. As you know, I have my business both in Europe and also here in Kenya, Kenya being my home, where I was born and brought up, and I'm a citizen here. So I'm experiencing both investment in Europe and here, and also in Europe. Real estate has been a real safe haven for people to go and invest their money into. And we're seeing prices really go very, very high, especially for residential, particularly residential buildings have gone very high. And I must say here in Nairobi too, you know that we're building the tallest high-end residential building in Africa, in Upper Hill, called 88 Nairobi. And we're selling very well. I mean, even in December, we actually sold 11 apartments in 1 month. Just now, we're still selling extremely well. So it's interesting how, and we're finding a lot of diaspora are coming back and investing into Kenya as well. So it's a very interesting time, and it's with the right product in the right location, because I mean we have no competition in Upper Hill with any other apartment buildings and developments, so good quality, and of course it's an icon building. We will be the tallest high-end residential building in Africa, high luxury. It's going to be like a 5-star hotel.
All right. And Jonathan, as you did mention all those nice things, it struck me that we're literally in an economic recession. When you look at our economic indicators, we did see our growth didn't do quite well last year. We actually registered a 0.6% economic growth. At the same time, the coronavirus pandemic did dent a lot of economic prospects. How is it that there's still people pursuing luxury living in this economy and in this day and time? Unfortunately,
the disparity between those who don't have money and those who do have money is still very, very large. And as you know, I started my own foundation, Jonathan Jackson Foundation, and we are very active here in the communities within Nairobi. We actually, during the pandemic, we've actually distributed 2.1 million meals to the very sick and elderly in the communities. With my teams, we have over 2,000 youth that we're helping to do economic empowerment, helping them to get jobs and to grow. So they were helping me to do the distribution along with my football club, Nairobi City Stars. So and I must say, for Kenyans are incredible, especially your middle level Kenyans and Kenyans from the bottom going up. They really, really care for the people in the communities, and the generosity has been amazing to come and help and support. And we started that initiative to Jenga Jirani, to really bring Kenyans together to help each other. But so there is that on one side, and then on the other side, people do have money, they have made money, they've earned their money, and they're looking for places to invest, and they're looking for secure investments and long-term investments. And real estate is a really, really good long-term investment, especially if you can find something which is iconic, something which is really out of the usual. Because if you buy something which is typical, like everything around you, you're competing for other tenants and investors. But if you can find something unique, which I'm glad to say 88 Nairobi is, then look on our website and you'll see it's something quite extraordinary and something that's not here in Nairobi. And we'll raise standards in Nairobi to a new level, which will be fantastic. And we hope that will continue.
And Mr. Jackson, of course, what is driving demand in the high-end market? And what is the uptake in terms of if you juxtapose this with, say, Johannesburg or in Lagos, where would you place the current trends at?
I think what we're seeing is because of COVID has actually really had an impact on global economy and global investments. People are investing at home. So I think there's very little global investment at the moment, and even in real estate too. I've noticed in Europe, where I'm working, again, the investment is mostly by local people. And even here in Nairobi, the apartments we're selling is really local investment. We're not getting a lot of foreign investment, actually almost zero foreign investment coming in at all. I mean, our country is suffering. Unfortunately, the economy is having a hard time. I understand that our debt has increased tenfold in the last 8 years. It's going to really have an impact on us in the future. But we always do have high-end housing and low-end housing. I'm very much wishing to get involved and taking the steps to get involved in the low-end housing. So I hope in the near future, I'll be able to come here and announce projects we're doing in the low-cost housing to support the President's initiative. But there are two markets. There is the high-end and the low-end, and we work in both.
All right. And finally, from your view of the real estate market, where do you see, especially Kenya, playing a big role in regards to attracting foreign direct investment? What will be characterizing the next, say, 4 or 5 years? What are the long-term dynamics looking like?
I think for the next 4 or 5 years, it's going to be hard to get direct foreign investment coming into Kenya. The economy is not looking great. Those who are actively here and know how to maneuver and work within the system, can make steps, and there are steps going forward. I mean, of course, Kenya is the center for East Africa. We have the strongest economy by far, and this does bring benefit. And of course, we get investors coming in from Sudan, Uganda, and Somalia. But beyond that, it's very little investment coming in. So I don't see. I see it's more internally grown. We're growing it. Even though it's difficult with the economy and foreign investment, the internal investment is still there. There is still money turning here and money growing here in Kenya. There's exports are still happening in the country. Yes, it's all dropped a lot, but we do have things like coffee and tea and things, and people are drinking coffee and tea around the world, and other commodities like that. But in real estate, it's mainly a home situation, and of course diaspora. So diaspora is probably where we're all looking to appreciate the support and the investment from the diaspora back into Kenya. And we really should not forget them. They are a major economic base and a power for us as Kenyans to be able to help grow our country here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan Jackson, for just giving us an overview of how the real estate sector will continue to perform in the coming days.
Thank you very much.
All right. We want to now shift gears and talk matters technology. And, of course, today is the day we bring